In June, this channel put Giannis and Kawhi in a video title about stars getting traded. Giannis moved within a month. Kawhi's deal is agreed and sitting frozen in a league office drawer. And that frozen deal is now damming up the entire trade market because half the league is holding its breath for a ruling expected before training camp. And the market is so stuck that James Harden, the best free agent alive, is still unsigned in the middle of August. These are the 5 stars who move once the dam breaks. 2 ground rules. Traded means before this season ends, deadline included, and the list is ranked by confidence. And free agents do not count, which is why DeMar DeRozan, waived by Sacramento in July, and stuck waiting on that same frozen market, is not eligible for this list. Number 5. Domantas Sabonis. The quiet collapse in Sacramento buried him. A torn meniscus in November held him to 19 games, his first season under 60 appearances in a 10-year career. And his 15.8 points and 11.4 rebounds were his lowest mark since 2018. He is 30, he is owed $94 million over 2 years, and the Kings went 22-60 around him. Here is how loaded this situation already is. League executives expected him to be available this summer. The Suns, Bulls, Raptors, and Wizards all expressed interest at the last deadline, and Sacramento already tried a sign and trade built around him last month. He has said the right things about buying in, but the rookies behind him are ready and the payroll math is screaming. A healthy first half rebuilds the value, and February does the rest. If your team needs one of these 5, hit the like button and start drafting the Trade Machine screenshot. It genuinely helps the channel. Number 4. Jalen Duren. Now meet the man Sacramento's rejected sign and trade offer was built around. Duren made his first All-Star team and All-NBA third team at 22, then asked Detroit for the full supermax, 5 years and $287 million. The Pistons' offer sits around $35 to $38 million a year. The talks are described as a standstill, and camp is approaching with only a $9.6 million qualifying offer signed by nobody. Detroit's leverage is real, because after a 19-10 regular season, his playoffs were a problem. 10 points and 8.5 rebounds a game while the offense sputtered. But the moment a franchise starts fielding sign and trade calls on its all-star center, the ending gets predictable. Either a deal gets done at Detroit's number, or this standoff ends the way standoffs end, with a new jersey. Number 3. Trey Murphy. 2 weeks ago, this channel called him the most underrated player alive, and it turns out the front offices agreed before we said it. 21.5 points a game, 21st in the entire NBA, on 47, 38, and 89 shooting splits. And New Orleans is reportedly trying to trade him with an asking price of 3 first-round picks. That price is the only thing that has not happened yet. Boston, Detroit, Golden State, and Atlanta have all been reported circling, and Boston is sitting on the exact pick stockpile from the Jaylen Brown trade. The Pelicans shut talks down at that number, which tells you the debate is about cost, not about whether. Some contender blinks by the deadline, and the most underrated player alive becomes the most watched newcomer in a playoff race. Middle of the countdown, your assignment. One of these 5 predictions is wrong, and somebody I left off gets moved instead. Levine, Butler, PJ Washington, and Kuminga all just missed. Make your case in the comments. I read every single one. Number 2. Anthony Davis. A week ago, he was number 2 on our Careers on the Line list, auditioning for a $275 million extension his own team tabled until 20 games into the season. This is the same story from the other door, because if the audition stalls, the exit is already mapped. The reporting has been consistent all summer. He would reportedly take less money to land with a contender. An April report said there is a good chance he is moved before 2027, and Golden State has already floated Butler-based frameworks internally. Washington is building around Domantas, Sarr, and Trey Johnson on a completely different timeline than a 33-year-old max center. 20 games is not just an audition for the extension, it is the deadline for the divorce. Number 1. Kevin Durant. The biggest name on the board, and the math keeps pointing one direction. Durant is 37 on a year-to-year contract, coming off a historic 26 a game on 52% shooting, and his season ended with one playoff appearance and Houston watching the first round from the training room. The Rockets say publicly there is no indication he moves. The reporting underneath says he was never untouchable. And one team never hung up the phone. Detroit has monitored Durant all summer. The reports say the pursuit continues at the deadline or next offseason. And Durant has reportedly been open to playing with Cade Cunningham. Remember, the 60-win team that failed to add a single star this summer has motive, picks, and a closing window of its own. The number 2 small forward alive finishes this season in a different uniform. That is the call. That is the list. Durant, Davis, Murphy, Duren, Sabonis. Screenshot this one too, right next to the collapse list, because we regrade every prediction at the deadline, in public, hits and misses both. Subscribe so you are here for the scoreboard. See you in the next one.